Hi Virgo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for October 1st through the 5th. Let's get right into this. I have my candle set to green for our heart chakra, right? Our heart chakra green gives us the ability to give and receive love and compassion and empathy, to have kindness, health, healing. I think we all need a little bit of that right now. So I figured I'd put that, because when our heart chakra is out of balance, we can experience low self-love and regret, loss, pain, low self-esteem, those kind of things that are no fun. So because we have Chiron, that's retrograde, conjuncting this full moon in Aries on October 1st. And for you guys, it's happening in your 8th house. Now, going through with the 8th house, Virgo. Ho, okay. I just thought I should pull a Heal Yourself reading oracle. That's the deck that I'm using for the crowning energy. So we have a lot of healing energies happening this week. How teachable are you? Okay. All right, so this is really about being open to learning new things in your life, and how high is your desire to let go of judgment and doubt and negativity and even some self-sabotage, Virgo, and you really kind of want to look at it like as this perspective, because you might say, I'm very open to change. I'm very open to whatever, right? Think about what are some of your favorite things to do, whatever it is. Going out with your friends, watching TV, reading, whatever it is. Are you willing to give up those things in order to create time to learn something new or to learn a different approach, especially when we have a lot of 8th house energies? I want to say straight out of the gate, this is a mixed bag. We do have Venus going into Virgo, your first house itself, which is fabulous on the 3rd. But this is very much a week where it's going to be a lot about relationship energies. I just want to say, I'm going to interpret for career as well. But as far as the astrology, the energy is going to be very heavy for Virgos in the relationship sector. So applying it to this, really, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? And what is your willingness to really apply what you learn that you need to learn in relationship? Because again, we have this full moon, which is going to be lighting up your 8th house, and it's going to be conjunct this Chiron energy, which is retrograde, which is all about what do we need to heal from our past? What kind of shame? What kind of guilt? What do we need to learn? Where did we maybe not show up the best in relationship? Or where did we look back and we're like, oh, how did I ever allow myself to stay in that for that long? That kind of thing. And there being this forgiveness, this self-forgiveness, right? But at the same time, learning from that and really, really learning from it. As this is going to be very beneficial, particularly because we also, on the 4th, we have Pluto finally coming out of retrograde. It's going to be going direct in your 5th house. And the 5th house is romance, love affairs, falling in love, what you do with your partner on a Monday through Sunday. It has to do with your children. It has to do with your creativity. So really, like, where in your life have you maybe not allowed yourself to grow at the rate that you're meant to learn? You might be learning many new things, but you might be resistant at the end of the day to actual change. So it's like every time you begin to think, I already know this, or I've done this before, I heard this before, that doesn't apply to me. Whenever we think like that, the ability to learn diminishes enormously. And it's at that point that you might become virtually unteachable without even realizing it. So unless you apply what you've learned in your life, you won't really know it. So this energy is really asking you to not only be open-minded, right, but to also take very specific action towards change. And you're going to know where you need to do this. But I feel like it's got like 8th house, 5th house energies is very much what I'm feeling. For sure. Yeah, but really good. So yeah, we finally have Pluto going direct. So now that whole stellium is direct. So what does that mean? Pluto rules everything that's underneath, right? It's about transformation. So now it's time to transform something in that 5th house of romance, of creativity, of falling in love, of something to do with your children, of starting that business. You've been putting off starting that business? Maybe you're too scared. You're too scared to take that leap. Now is the time to do it. This is good. This is a very forward-moving energy. It really is. And I love that we have Venus in Virgo. Guys, you are going to be so attractive. And with Venus in your 1st house, you're going to be looking sweet. You're going to be radiant, right? You really are. Even if you feel like in the pits right now in the moment, don't worry. Like it's going to be, you're going to feel this lightening up. really good energy to make some improvements on your physical appearance. Even though Mercury is going to be retrograde in Scorpio, I'm not worried about that for you. Like if you wanted to try out a new hairstyle, or if you wanted to just do something really good for yourself, it's a really good energy to do that. But you're going to feel very attractive to people, and you're going to be attracting energy to you, which is a really good thing. Now, I want to talk about, before I pull any cards, something that I'm kind of excited about, and that is this minor grand trine that we have going on. Even though it's minor, it's actually really big. So the first leg of it for you guys, your moon is going to be in, the new moon's going into Taurus. So moon is going to be in Taurus in your 9th house, which has to do with your philosophies, your belief system, things that you feel very deeply, right? And then Neptune is going to be in Pisces, which is all about your wishes, in your 7th house of partnerships. What are you really wishing for, right? And then the third part of the trine is Jupiter, which is all about luck and expansion, in Capricorn in the 5th house. So it's like this release and this gift that's going to be coming. So it's the belief system having to do with partnerships, and it's going to bring some sort of surprise / gift, right, to the 5th house energies. So this could have to do with falling in love, connecting really deeply on a day-to-day with your partner, increasing your creativity, epiphanies coming to you, you realizing things that you want to do. Maybe you getting into some sort of entrepreneurial activity, some sort of business venture, something really great pertaining to kids. Now, for some of you, this can mean getting pregnant, because we have 7th house of partnership, 5th house of kids, that 9th house of belief system in Taurus, which is very earthy energy. Some of you can be getting pregnant. Some of you can be getting married, or deciding to get married, getting engaged, anything like that. Some of you may be getting into a new business partnership, or realizing a new business opportunity. So the seeds are being planted. Yep. They are. And I know a lot of you guys like, I don't see it. Well, you know what? Then maybe you're not working with the energies. I don't know, but I can only tell you what the astrology indicates, and I could read the energies. And how you engage with it is really up to you at that point, you know? We have the Hierophant energy that has a lot to do with, well, that's honoring the sacred in a marriage and in a relationship, but it also has to do with... Hierophant energy has a lot to do with not the public, but traditions and conventions and expectations and conformity. So I'm going to pull a layered reading so we get the most messages this way. I will pull a layer of Lenormand after we read these, okay? So let's just see what's going on in our past, present, near future, and final outcome for these. Right, and then I'm also going to pull an additional clarifiers for the Lenormand as well. So we have the High Priestess energy, intuition. All right, so yeah. So there's this energy that's working together, that you're feeling something, Virgo, underneath your hood, right? Deep inside, that you're not sharing with anybody right now, right? I mean, because the High Priestess is about secrets and mystery and your intuition and trusting yourself, which is good. I always say just keep one foot on the floor, because it is a moon energy. But this is about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, having to do with some sort of expectation, conformity, tradition, something conventional. So again, this can indicate the institution of marriage, but it can really indicate anything having to do with family conventions and traditions, what's expected, what's not. But you're going to be feeling something about this deep inside. So this can certainly have to do with, you might be thinking and feeling something about your marriage that you're really not talking about. You might be thinking and feeling something very much about family process, or how it is that you feel being as a part of your family right now. You know, where do you fit in all of it, you know? and you're very much in this space also of saying, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my life and in in society? Is society considering me a contributing member in a really good way? And, and just really kind of playing with those energies. It's working with the truth here with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So the Queen of Swords is all about self-sufficiency and being totally honest, though. Totally honest. But this is also a very self-sufficient person. So some of you, if you're in the space of questioning whether you should stay married or not married, you're in the space of saying, okay, do I have what I need in order to be self-sufficient, in order to have what I need? Some of you may be saying, I really want to get married. I really, but right, again, thinking about the marriage, High Priestess, not really talking about it, but you being like, all right, am I able to contribute what I need in order to have that beautiful family contentment, total love and support? Right? So the energies can work different ways with that if it has to do with relationship. If it doesn't have to do with relationship, you might be in a space where you're really being very honest with yourself, right? You're saying, listen, it's very important that you figure out a way of becoming very self-sufficient so that you can have that Ten of Cups energy. Ten of Cups does not have to mean being married and with somebody. It simply means contentment and having what you need. Being in that space that you really need. So you're thinking about, all right, well, am I conforming? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Do I feel moved in the High Priestess energy to challenge what it is that I'm supposed to be doing so that I could bring myself happiness? You guys, it's going to resonate with, those of you differently, obviously, because it's a general reading. Also, you want to make sure you check your rising sun, moon, sign, and Venus for the most complete message. So we have this right now is the current energies. We have Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Interesting, because we have like a beginning and then we have like this Five of Cups energy is a loss energy. It's regret, it's grief, it's feeling abandoned, it's feeling unloved, it's feeling like something's just not working, and it's focusing on that sadness. So this would be focusing on that career not working, focusing on that relationship not going the way that you really wanted, that friendship, that family connection. Then we have the Ace of Cups, which indicates a new relationship coming in for some of you. This can indicate a new baby for others of you. As I mentioned, this is a new baby energy, a new proposals, a new marriage. So this is literally like something not working out, right? And somebody new coming in and sort of offering this to you. Others of you are going to be very focused on wanting a new start, on wanting a baby, on wanting to get married, but feeling this very palatable kind of feeling like unloved and just feeling abandoned and like this person doesn't want it with you. Some of you are going to be feeling that, and it's going to feel very sad for you in that way. But I do feel, I have to tell you, because I'm seeing the Chariot here that's working with the Two of Cups. Virgo, we got to call it what it is. I see you feeling very sad here. There's loss, there's regret, there's unlove. But there's something new coming in, my friend. There is. And we have the Chariot energy, which is moving you away from toxicity. That's exactly what the Chariot does. This is pulling you away from toxicity, and it's bringing you towards that fourth house, that Cancerian energy that works for you. That's your metaphorical home space. This is about action and change, right? Action and change that's going to move you away from something that's not working towards something that is so working. So let's talk about this for relationship. Obviously, this indicates romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. This could even be somebody coming in and saying, all right, let's stop screwing around here. Let's just get married. Let's just move in together. Let's just, whatever. Okay. However it resonates with you. If this has to do with career, the Two of Cups is a really good energy for career, because if you've been in a space in your career or in some sort of financial situation, let's just say that. I don't even want to, because some of you aren't even working. So something to do with finances, where things have been a little left of center. There hasn't been good communication. Or let's say, for example, you need to change your hours at work. You need to change the days that you work. You need to have that conversation about money. You have to have that conversation about that challenging coworker, whatever it is. The Two of Cups energy is you guys sitting down and having this meeting of the minds. Got a really nice meeting of the minds. So when you have this meeting of the minds, there is this moving away, because that conversation is the action that's going to incite change for the better, having to do with your career. But the conversation can also have to do with a conversation about romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage again, but that's going to incite this change and this action to move forward in relationship as well. Either way you slice it, it's good. But I do feel like there is some sort of loss and pain here on some level, Virgo. But then I see something being rectified because of this new energy coming in. Now, in the near future, we have the Hermit and the Emperor. Ooh, well, you know what? Listen, the Emperor will take it. This is, first of all, if you're meeting somebody new, the Emperor is fabulous, because this is a true... somebody who's just very faithful, very steadfast. You can trust them. They're very take charge in the relationship. They like to plan. You want to respect them, right? They command respect, and you want to respect them. Very much a leadership energy. This could just be you working with the new energy towards strategically planning your future, right? Absolutely. Strategically planning something. You might be dealing with the Virgo, right? A fellow Virgo. But the Hermit energy, though, is really about going within for clarity, and very much just this quest for personal truth and spiritual illumination, you know? So those of you, if you're simply making the decision, like let's say you're not resonating with this as a relationship, okay? So let's say it's like just work or whatever, and relationship is not really like in your space right now. You might be the Hermit energy in that you're really focusing on doing you right now, and focusing on loving yourself and figuring out what it is that you want, need, and desire to move forward. And in that way, you are actually presenting as the leader in your own life, because the Emperor is a leadership energy. But what are you leading? Well, you're leading from the clarity that you're gaining. Where is it that you want to go? What do you actually even want? Do you want to, maybe you don't even want a relationship in the near future. Maybe you want to just focus on your job. Or maybe you don't want to focus, you're just going to keep doing day to day what you do in your work environment. You want to focus more energies on your relationship. It's going to be different for each of you. But there's going to be this mental clarity, and you showing up as the boss of your own life, and not allowing circumstances, people to come in and circumvent, you know, where it is that you're trying to go. We have those energies working with the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful, and the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is some truth coming to light here, right? I mean, this can be a little bit of gossip, some prying eyes, somebody perhaps making assumptions. So somebody could be stalking you on social media, could certainly be that. But the swords are truth, right? And it's these epiphanies that are found through truth. And it's going to incite this Ten of Pentacles, which is about leaving a legacy. Some of you are going to be deciding to retire. Some of you are going to be focused on working on some sort of issue with inheritance right now. But either way, the Ten of Pentacles is really about a deepening of commitment and connection as well. I always view this, even though the Ten of Pentacles, it is a Mercury and Virgo energy. So this Mercury rules Virgo, and Virgo is that, you know, is that sixth house. You know, so it has to do with like the health of something, and the pragmatics of something. But I also almost get like an eighth house energy here too, because I feel like it is a deepening of commitment showing up as a we energy, right? Because there's this family vibe here. So some of you, Virgo, might even be getting help from family members for a home or for a new business, or maybe you just need a little support right now from family members, and that going really well. This can definitely indicate a deepening of commitment, a deepening of connection. And a Ten of Pentacles is also a marriage card. This is a will you marry me energy. So, you know, and we have the truth of the situation coming to light, that somebody does in fact actually want to marry you, Virgo, or you realizing that you actually want to marry somebody else, you know, or, you know, marry somebody. You might actually want to do that job that you didn't think you wanted to do. something, you know, showing up in a different way for you energetically. Now, the final outcome here, we have the Fool and the Three of Wands. Beautiful. This is about fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, beginnings, very future oriented, right? Because this is a Uranus energy, and Uranus, but this is almost like boom kind of energy, because Uranus is a very like surprise, we're going this way now kind of thing. And then to have that with the Three of Wands, which is Sun in Aries, which is all about new path, new perspective, let's go. You know, let's just go and do this. And the reason I love the Three of Wands here for you, right? Because this is about teamwork, expansion. This is also about commerce, so really good for work, where your talents, gifts, and abilities are very much appreciated. Somebody really wanting you to go along with them, go along their path, wanting you to work with them. But this could also equally so be the same energy having to do with relationships. Somebody seeing like what it is that you offer, how valuable you are, and seeing all of that and saying, come on, Virgo, like let's go. Let's just go and do this, right? Let's just go and do this. And that's working with the Ace of Swords and the world. The world energy is about completing a goal or a lesson that you've had to complete. Completely necessary. And then we have it working with the Ace of Swords. I love these two together. This is a new idea. This is mental clarity. Guys, honestly though, when we have mental clarity like this, when we're completing a lesson, there's always going to be some sort of new conflict. I don't see it being anything big, meaning it's just going to be like, okay, this is all so good, but now how are we going to handle it this way? So now we have to, so it's sort of like a new energy presents itself. New news comes in, which is awesome, and it's all great, but then it'll also present a bigger question of, okay, this is really great, but now how is this actually going to work out in the 3-day? How are we going to do that? So when I say a new conflict, it doesn't mean a new fight or anything that's, you know, impossible to get over. It just is like there's a conversation that's going to need to take place about how this is going to move forward. So if this is to do with a relationship, it looks really good. If this is to do with a job, also really good. It's like whatever you've been through, Virgo, 100% necessary to get you to where you're going. And I know everyone hates when I say that, right? I know, but it, you know, it is just the truth. It just is. It just is. But we have to stay open to these things. It's so important that we stay open, because again, I could give you the astrology, I can give you the energies, I can do all of that, but you're not a puppet. You're an energetic being. So you have to make the decision to show up and bring things to yourself. It's another thing no one likes that I say, you know. Okay, so let's pull some more Norman. Let's see what other, okay, something we need to learn. We get the Book of Knowledge with the Key. So something, some sort of information needs to be unlocked, something that you're not seeing. Okay, we get the Patient Woman. We have the Sexy Man. They're looking in different directions. All right. Okay, look what he's looking at. This is so funny. Oh my gosh, Virgo. If you're in a relationship, and I'm even going to say this for all kinds of partnerships, first of all, one of you are more assertive, let's say, because we have the Mars energy, and then we have the Patient Woman. We don't have the Venus. We don't have the more assertive female here. When we have the Book of Knowledge and we have the Gilded Cage, we have the cage with the rose. There's something, the rose represents a mystery, a piece of information. Now, you know, is this guy going to keep the cage open so that he can learn this thing that he needs to learn? Or is he going to keep himself trapped in that cage and not learn and not look at the truth? Is she going to open this Book of Knowledge and learn what she needs to learn? Or is she going to keep it locked? So I feel like, Virgo, whoever you're in connection with, however you're in connection, the two of you both, you need to learn something new. You need to learn something that you're not seeing. There's something that is not overtly apparent to both of you, but it's really bothering you. We got the mice is like the gnawing away of something. Now that could be literally somebody stealing from you, like the siphoning away of money somebody can resonate with it like that. But usually the mice showing up does indicate this issue that's gnawing, right? And it's that thing that's really bothering you that needs to be addressed. But not only you, I feel like it's for both of you here. And then we have the ship, which indicates a new cycle, a change, moving away from whatever it is that you're in right now to move. Okay, you need to look at something more closely and deeply. I feel like you both do, though, because you both showed up next to each other with these energies. The well indicates that even though you think you know everything about a situation, you sit there and you say, I know, oh my gosh, going back to how teachable are you? I know everything about this person. I know what to do. And them saying the same thing, though. I feel like they're even saying it perhaps more assertively or aggressively than you. Unless you are a male Virgo, then that's you. But I do feel like the male is the more assertive one of the two. But there's something that you guys are not seeing. There's like that last 10% hanging out at the like way bottom of the well that needs to be recognized. Now, this is a positive energy because it says if you do go to the bottom of the well and you look at that very bottom, it's just going to show you that you're going to have anything that you want here, but you're just going to have to work at it. But it requires looking at that last thing. What are you not seeing? Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you not being completely honest with yourself about something, about them, about you? There's something that you need to see. There's a layer that needs to be revealed in this narrative. And the clock's ticking. No one's getting any younger here. Come on, let's go. Right? Time. But I don't want you to get too caught up in that. I'm going to tell you why. Everyone's going to feel very rushed, like they have to do everything yesterday. This is generally the vibe of the whole month. The advice here is no, it doesn't. Treat yourself kindly. Really give yourself extra time and space to do whatever it is that you need to do. But you're going to be feeling that. You're going to be feeling the pressure of time. Happening exactly the way it's, didn't I just say this? It's happening exactly the way it's meant to happen. It's serendipitous. It's written in the stars. I mean, I love this because this says that you guys are kind of in the same headspace, even though you may feel like you're not. It does tell me differently here. And it's written in the stars. This is predetermined already. This is like a very destiny-driven kind of circumstance that's going on here. Absolutely. But there's a moving away. I like that we got the ship. It's going, it's above the mountains. It's above the trouble. It's like, it's going to be moving past, right? Getting out of this negative cycle. Getting out of the negative cycle, away from that gnawing energy. But it's like, I feel like realizing whatever it is in the book, it's in the cage, and it's in the bottom of the well. Two of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Swords. Okay, so Two of Cups, romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. Oh, wrong way. Nine of Swords. Going to be some anxiety, some depression, but then we have the Page of Cups, which is like beautiful energy. This is a new love. This is a new approach to something. This could be a new child. This could be literally finding out you're pregnant, dealing with the pregnancy, adopting. And then we have the Hangman. Okay, let me just pull. Okay, we have things wanting to pop. I've only been pulling 4, but the cards just feel like, nope, not ready yet. Okay, last one. Okay. So yeah, so we have the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups, all right? So the Two of Cups, again, if this has to do with a job, having that healthy conversation in the workplace about something that's really been bothering you and it going well. Could also have to do with signing papers, signing on the dotted line. A Two of Cups energy as far as relationship goes, yeah, romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. Page of Cups does indicate a new love, can also indicate a new job that you really love, or approaching your work from a different way where it's really speaking to your heart space. But we have this working with the Knight of Swords energy. And this is very, very important here. The Knight of Swords is important, even though it's a minor arcana. Well, it's a core card. The reason this particular core card is important is because, yeah, you may be dealing with a fast-talking person, somebody who has a bit of a sharp tongue. There might be a little bit of conflict, but whatever is being discussed here is going to incite a lifestyle change for you, Virgo. So this could be move in with me, move out, do this different job. There's going to be a change in your life in a way that is going to incite a lifestyle change. Now, that change may initially bring a very great amount of anxiety and grief, depression, nightmares. Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords energy is that Mars in Gemini. It's very self-generated, though. Like you're going to be in this space of rumination, like, what if this, what if that, what if this, what if that? And it can end up putting you in a very confused space with the Hangman energy. But the Hangman is about wisdom and self-sacrifice and getting a different perspective, right? It is ruled by Neptune, and I always say Neptune is like trying to look at reality through a thick fog. So you're not really feeling like you have total clarity of something, and that's okay. I feel like you're not supposed to straight out of the gate. So just be careful that you don't allow Mars retrograde to take over your psyche, where you end up getting into the space of rumination, because I feel like there's a lot of positive energy going along here. Even if there is some sort of argument, I don't feel like it's going to be the end of the world if you don't allow it to. We do have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is about, if it has to do with work, it's great. I mean, this is about leaving a legacy. Some of you may be deciding to retire, focusing again on this inheritance issue. But it does indicate making money, having what you need, for your family, experiencing a real joyful time with your family. Ten of Pentacles, again, is also a will you marry me energy. So you guys may be deciding, all right, let's get married. So what do we have to do? Because let's work on what do we have to save to get that house? The Eight of Pentacles, focusing on what we need to do to master this situation. What do you need to learn to master your craft if this has to do with a business? What do you have to learn how can you master this relationship in a way so that you're very happy and that your partner's happy? In other words, what do you need to learn as far as communication and as far as sharing and as far as intimacy and as far as showing up? And what do you need to learn? And what do they need to learn too? I mean, this is going to go both ways, of course, It's not no one-way street, right? When it comes to relationships. Let's see what the planets want us to know. Sun. The sun, look at me. The moon, there. Ninth house, yeah, have to do with belief system. And we have Leo. Okay, so we have the moon, we have Leo. We have the moon, we have Leo, we have the ninth house. So I feel like you're going to be, I like these energies for you because I feel like you're going to be very focused on your personal philosophy, your belief system, your moral code, your moral compass, paying attention to what you're feeling deep inside of yourself regarding relationship, regarding having children, regarding starting a business. Whatever it is, I see you honoring whatever it is that you're feeling deep inside of yourself. You are honoring that. Now, at the same time, you want to be careful because Leo does there's always a shadow manifestation of every sign, right? And the shadow manifestation of Leo is ego. Now, if we're talking about how teachable are you want to make sure that while you're honoring your moral code and your moral compass, you're not being trying to be too controlling or too critical of a situation or demanding that things be this way or, my way or the highway kind of thing. You want to just be careful that you don't adopt that kind of sensibility. Beautiful. And we're focusing on the trine energy of the charts. I love this. This is all about let the flow happen, right? Well, you guys know what I say, right? When you let it flow, that's how you grow, right? So this is about harmonizing and energizing and enjoying each other and supporting each other. and really giving the relationship what it needs. To me, it's kind of like what I was saying about the Eight of Pentacles. Figuring out what's necessary. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you for this week. I'm going to be doing a deep love read for the first half of October, probably by the end of the week. So I will see you guys then. Until then, have a fabulous week. Take care now. Bye-bye.